Norman Loves Rose was released in 1982. This is directed and written by Henri Safran, and we have a cast including Tony Owen, Carol Kane, and various others. And I wanted to watch this for Carol Kane. Yes, I did enjoy her performance, but I didn't like anything else about the film. When I read the description for this, I kind of thought, well, that's really uncomfortable. And then I watched the film and realised that it doesn't feel uncomfortable, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. But it doesn't feel like anything. It's meant to be a comedy, which I didn't know going into it. I didn't realise it was meant to be a comedy. And it certainly didn't deliver. Yes, comedy is subjective, but I'm still struggling to identify aspects that one might consider to be funny. I'll read the description from IMDb, as this is what I had going into it. And it says, a teenage boy falls hopelessly in love with his new sister-in-law. When she gets pregnant, someone raises the question that he might be the father, a notion he does nothing to discourage. I felt uneasy. I didn't like that as a concept. But as I said, I didn't really feel uneasy throughout the film. That never really came across, which I guess I'm thankful for. But I also felt nothing. It is so, so dull. It is so slow. Very, very boring. Nothing happens. It's not dramatic, which fair enough, it wasn't claiming to be. As I said, I didn't know it was a comedy going into it, but certainly at no point did I start to think, hey, maybe this is meant to be a comedy. The characters are also very boring. They're not very well written. The performances are okay with the material with which they had to work, but not enough, of course, to save the film. And sure, I liked watching Carol Kane, but for me, the film had nothing else to offer. If there's a reason why you want to watch it, for example, somebody in the cast, maybe it's okay as background company. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. As I said, I didn't feel uncomfortable as predicted, so it wasn't a bad experience in that regard, but I got no satisfaction out of this, aside from Carol Kane. So unfortunately, I don't really recommend it. I don't think Norman Loves Rose is a good experience. I didn't realise it was meant to be a comedy, and it's ultimately just really, really boring.